बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आप देख रहे हैं स्पोर्ट्स वन और मैं हूं आसिफ खान। और हम बात क्या करेंगे आज का जो प्रोग्राम है ना वो बड़ा स्पेशल है। स्पेशल इन द सेंस कि पाकिस्तान का कौमी खेल जो इस वक्त 17वीं पोजीशन पर है, मैंने देखा था जो किसी ज़माने में पाकिस्तान की हॉकी ने क्या क्या अचीव किया है वो आपको बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। लेकिन अभी रिसेंटली पाकिस्तान की टीम एशियन चैम्पियंस ट्रॉफी खेल कर आई है ढाका से, और पाकिस्तान की परफॉर्मेंस मैं कह सकता हूँ कि मिली जुली रही। पाकिस्तान ने काफ़ी गोल स्कोर किए, पाकिस्तान पर उतने ही उससे ज़्यादा गोल स्कोर हुए। 20 गोल पाकिस्तान के ख़िलाफ़ हुए हैं और 14 गोल पाकिस्तान ने किए। और पाकिस्तान की टीम भारत से 2 मरतबा टूर्नामेंट में शिकस्त खाई। भारत से पाकिस्तान की टीम एक मरतबा 3-1 से हारी और दूसरी मरतबा तीसरी पोजीशन का मुकाबला था वो 3-4 से हारी। तो क्या वजह हुई कि पाकिस्तान की टीम इतनी बुरी ऐसी परफॉर्मेंस थी, लेकिन ये फिर भी परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी है कि इस पर बात की जानी चाहिए। इसमें बेहतरी की गुंजाइश नज़र आती है क्योंकि पाकिस्तान हॉकी फेडरेशन ने एक फ़ॉरेन कोच को हायर कर लिया है। उनका नाम सिगफ्राइड एकमैन है और वो हॉलैंड से ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं। इससे पहले भी उनका एक्सपीरियंस क्या था। और उसके अलावा ख्वाजा जुनैद हैं, समीर हुसैन भी पाकिस्तान टीम के साथ थे और गोल कीपिंग कोच का भी सिलसिला है। अब क्या होगा पाकिस्तान हॉकी की इस परफॉर्मेंस के बाद, पाकिस्तान हॉकी में क्या हमने एक उम्मीद की किरण देखी है। इस पर बात करने के लिए कोई और नहीं भी, Siegfried Aikman is with me from Holland and he is quite upbeat. I was talking to him off the camera. He's quite upbeat. He is that he would create a difference. First of all, Siegfried Aikman, congratulations to you on this performance, which is not really heartening, but it's a satisfactory performance. So first of all, welcome to the program. And how are you, sir?
Well, I'm good. I'm okay, and I'm a little bit tired because I just arrived today from Bangladesh in Holland. It was a long journey, but it was okay. It's good to be at home for a while, so we'll see. But at this moment, I feel very good.
But we'll talk about the performance of the Pakistan hockey team in detail, about match by match probably. But what was the initial discussion between you and the federation, the hockey federation, when you were hired? You were coaching Japan then.
Yes. Well, when we decided to work together, the reason was that the position of Pakistan hockey is declining and was declining and is declining. And Pakistan Hockey Federation wanted to make change, wanted to change, and wanted a change which would last for a longer time. That's also why we decided a longer contract, because if you want to make change and you want to make things last for a long time, you also need time to achieve that. And it's not going overnight. And we want to make a program in which we not only work with the national team, but also the juniors, also having contact with academies to try to create a culture in which education and change on grassroots level is also important, because at the end, it should be the youth, it's the future which should be changed. And if you can change the grassroots, then you get better players at the end at the national team, and they will be able to compete quicker on world level. So that's actually the strategy. The strategy is a long-term strategy. It's to return on the top of the world and to do it for a long time. And therefore, you need to start on grassroots level, and of course you need to work with your national teams too, but you need to do both, not only working short time with your best team, because then you spend a lot of energy, money, time, etc., but actually after the foreign coach leaves, then there's nothing left, and then you have to start all over again, and that's not what we want this time.
So some more coaches of your choice will be appointed. This is what you're saying, at the lower level at least.
It will be a co-creation. We will discuss with the association. It's not so that I know everything. And we also have to regard the culture, because we want to make changes, and those changes don't go by force, but by commitment. So the leadership style should also be gaining commitment, talk to people, inspire, convince, and show what it can be.
How
And hopefully they will follow the lead.
how committed have you found this federation under Khalid Sajjad Khokar and Asif Bajwa, because they have had the helm previously as well. Asif Bajwa I'm talking about, and under his tenure, his last tenure, about 2008-9, a foreign coach was dismissed prior to Olympics, and recently another foreign coach, Altman, he left as well. Matlab, prior to this new management I'm talking about. So how secure you are? What security were you given that your tenure will last under this management or whatever comes forward?
It's a nice question, good question actually. And this question is about how do you work together with the people you work with. I know about the past because, of course, I did my research. I know also the reason why things happened. I was there in the Asian Games in 2010 when the first foreign coach you mentioned, after that he was dismissed. I know what happened. I discussed. Uh, I also know why the second foreign coach was he quit, and I know the situation. Well, the Hockey Association.
You can. I'm sorry for cutting you over here, but you can share those reasons with the people of Pakistan. Can you?
I can, but I don't think that I'm the right person to do that, because I don't like to talk about other people. I want to talk about things which it's in my influence. This was out of my influence. It happened in the past,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I think it's not proper to do so. So I
Okay.
don't like to do that. I actually think it's not good. And if there are questions about this, they should talk to the accountable people, and they are the ones who should talk about this.
Okay. Okay. So you were completing your statement when I abruptly.
Yes. What I think is, I know situations, and I trust people. I work on based on trust. So Asif Bajwa and the president, they first my contact was with Asif and later with the president, and we talked about it. They assured me. They also told me that the government is back up, and that was one of the problems in the past, that the government didn't back up the funding. That's why the previous foreign coach left, and that's also what the foreign coach told me. There was no way that the funding would be structural. In this case, there is funding, and that's one of the things. Secondly is, and the funding should be to run a good program to get the national team back on top. And that's possible. Now it's also that we have to work on it. And they understand that it's not something what comes overnight. I also said, I cannot guarantee you that that we get a quick result. I can guarantee you that we work very hard, that we will do all in our abilities to get there. And the way I work, you could have seen that in this Asian Champions Trophy. At least every match was a real match, and the players went all out and gave their all and everything. And I think that that's very important. And that is the way how you play. I think that players should be very proud to play for their country. They represent, in that case, 220 million people. Let's say that 20 million people has nothing with hockey, then still 200 million people will be engaged. And you are the pride of those people. You represent them. There are many hockey players who want to be in their shoes. They are not, so they have obligations as well. And for me, it's very, very important that those who are in the national team are not there because they have to, but they are there because they want to. It's their ultimate dream to play in the national team. So they never sacrifice anything for the national team, because playing in the national team is the gift they always wanted. It's the present in their life, is the added value, and that's why they are there. And to do so, they have to give everything they have to perform, and that's also
So,
so that's
off the hook, let me ask you. You mentioned the funds and the shortage of funds, which led to the departure of coaches. Uh, Players are not paid that much. Uh, Allow me to ask: are you satisfied with your payment and your salary and stuff?
I'm satisfied because look, I'm not in this for the money. I don't want to become rich. I don't want to. I just want a decent life. I have a salary which is okay, but if I would work here in Holland in my office jobs, which I had a higher salary. So it's not for the money. I'm here because I want to do this job because I think it's a big honor to coach Pakistan. I have seen the decline of Pakistan hockey, and I think that's not okay. And I think that Asia, by the way, Asian hockey declined, not only Pakistan. Asian hockey is nowhere, and India is
Fifth, I think.
struggling, getting up, but it's still not top. And they will have a long way to go. But if we don't change things, nothing happens, and it will never happen. So I hope that I can contribute to a stronger performance from Asia and hockey needs Asia. Hockey without Asia. After I signed Pakistan, I don't know how, but so many people were suddenly engaged and contacted and reacted on that. When I signed Japan, hardly people reacted compared with this. And so you can see that the fame and the eagerness people have to have Pakistan back on top. Even Indians, many Indians reacted to positively in the
Yeah,
hope that
yeah, yeah.
because they're looking forward to real competition between Pakistan and India.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the
Ziggy, I am taking a break here. I will talk about this Indians' domination over Pakistan in this Champions Trophy as well, and what do they do differently to reach this pedestal. Taking a break, एक break के बाद दोबारा हाजिर होते हैं. वेलकम बैक टू स्पोर्ट्स वन. जिगफील्ड मेरे साथ मौजूद हैं. एक पाकिस्तान हॉकी टीम के हेड कोच हैं, हॉलैंड से ताल्लुक़ है, 2026 तक कोच बने हैं. बात हो रही थी हमारी इस ब्रेक से पहले कि इंडिया की टीम पाकिस्तान से कदरे बेहतर है, बल्कि 10 दर्जे पाकिस्तान से ऊपर है. तो क्या वजह है? Siegfried, you were talking about the Indian performance or the Indian cricket team's performance. What do they do differently? Because they have a huge gap. They have created a gap between Pakistan and India in the rankings. So what have they done differently to reach this position?
Well, they started much earlier with a serious program to revive Indian hockey. They started in about 2008 when they made their first move. In 2009. Bas, Basra, Brasa, Jose Brasa came, first foreigner. Or before that they had Rach, then Brasa came. And since then, step by step, they built up to where they are now. But they had a lot of troubles. When they started, there was not much support. Uh, the Indian president, had to fight many internal fights. There were two associations, should be one. The focus on the program, he changed many coaches. Many times there were many changes. There was no real coaching structure, and that's the latest part where they effectively work now on an immense coaching structure in the hope to get the performance better. So I think that having a good strategy, a long-term strategy, and stick by it, that helps a lot. It doesn't even matter what you do or how you do it, as long as you do it consequently and going into a direction, then you will get a change.
Okay,
And
consistency.
step by step,
Okay, consistency
yes,
has been the
that's
problem with the
very,
Pakistan hockey. Consistency,
it
because
is a huge problem. Look at it. How many coaches did they change? How many ideas there were? Every time another leadership. It doesn't work because then every time you need to make new plans, have to motivate everybody again. And by the time that it will start, problems are so big that people will again change. And that makes that you don't move.
because cricket has been a huge game. Almost 70, 80, I would say 90% people look towards cricket. So how what was your first lecture to the hockey players of the Pakistan national team?
Firstly, my first lecture was about that they everybody talked about Pakistan hockey, are talking about Pakistan hockey and telling me that the players are skillful, and the players themselves, they believe that they are skillful, and they all talk about the time that Pakistan hockey was so good. Many Olympic championships, world championships, champions Soviet championships, they were leading and ruling the hockey world. But that was not this team, and that were not these people, and that was not in these years. It's long time history,
Yeah, long
and they
ago.
should stop past and using the credits from the past, because at this moment Pakistan hockey players are not skillful. They think they are skillful. They are very good in dodging, but that's it. And dodging is a small part of the hockey. So they have to go back and to learn better basic skills, better skills to play international high performance hockey. They are unable to do it. And as you could see in the Champions Trophy, we made too many unforced errors. Why? Because we are lacking on skills. And that doesn't say that the players are not talented. So I really believe, and I'm now sure, now I have coached them one tournament, that they can adapt the skills easily, more quickly, but it will take time because we need to go back to the basics. We cannot defend. We have very poor defending skills. We had many yellow cards, green cards, make many stupid mistakes in important moments because we don't know how to defend properly. And then we use a lot of force and get into trouble. So my first thing about them was talk about how skillful are you really? How, what is that? And what do you call skillful? What is it? What are you so proud of? And can you deliver that where you are so proud of? So the first touch in our hockey at this moment with Pakistan team is not good. Simply not good. It's not up to the mark. And we have to change that. And players now understand. They didn't understand when I came in, but now they understand. We speak the same language at the moment. It's clear for them what I expect, and they know that they have to work on it, and they want to do so. And that's the good part. And that's what you could see in this tournament. They were working very hard to achieve what they should do to be. And Indian hockey did this in 2009, and it's now 2021. So look at the time India had to come to the third place in the world ranking, not even the first. They won bronze at the Olympics. They celebrated as gold because they were so far behind. And well, that's the reality.
But
So the first thing to do is
at
a
least
reality check.
at least they have put in good effort, they have put in honest effort. Consistency is the name of the game, as you said. Pakistan conceded
Yes.
20 goals. Pakistan conceded 20 goals against 14 they scored. So where is the problem? In the defense or in the forward line or in the goalkeeping channel?
Uh, it is in the defense. And if I talk about defense, it's in the ability to defend. That means every player is lacking defending qualities, defending skills. And it's from goal to center forward, from center forward to goalkeeper. In modern hockey, players master all the skills. So your attackers should be the best defenders you have because they are your first line of defense. Our attackers hardly know how to win a ball. If they win a ball, most of the time it's with force. They don't know how to close lines, how to approach. So there are many things which they have to learn. Uh, the coaching from players, which is also necessary on a high perform level, doesn't happen because they don't know how to coach each other, where to position each other, and that means that you have different playing systems, how to approach each other, close the defenders, how to do it together, because what you want is when you defend a numerical advantage in defenders compared with attackers, and when you attack, you want more attackers than defenders. And that you how to create those situations, what to do, which skills you can, and what you need to do it, they don't have a clue, and they haven't worked hard on that. So those are things because they mainly work on dodging, and the dodging skills are very good, but that's not good in.
Okay, you talked about the skills. You talked about the game awareness. Are you satisfied with the fitness standard of Pakistan hockey team?
Absolutely not. And I can tell you why, because look at the games. We get many goals in the last stage of the match.
Yeah.
We make many fouls at the last stage of the match. Why do you think it happens? Because we are tired. Players are tired, and when you are tired, you make mistakes, you make wrong decisions, you cannot keep your focus, you start dribbling too much, you are easily in panic. So if you look at how the games went, then you see that in that stage, in the physical stage, that when it comes to physical fitness, and we interchange a lot, so we change the way the time players were on the pitch so that they could rest more, and when they are on the pitch, they were able to play a higher pace. But the basic fitness is not good enough. The basic agility is not good enough. We cannot uh, receive balls open. That's more technically thing, and we don't accelerate enough. So many times when we receive the ball, we are stationary. When we pass on a high pace, we make unforced errors, and that's because we are physically not strong enough. So we have to work on it.
Okay, you have to work a lot on it because recently Pakistan Hockey Federation hired a physical trainer as well, but he's from Australia. He placed in about some kind of a belt around the chest of players and monitoring their fitness and all. But he also went. So this has
Yes.
been the problem with Pakistan team. Okay, have you noticed any positive outcome of this Champions Trophy?
Of course, that's what I said. Firstly, we worked very, very hard. All players were dedicated. And it starts always with how much do you want to give? How much do you want to invest? So the basic attitude is very good. Players are also learners. They because we hardly could practice with me for this tournament. We and I had different ideas. We tried to play a different hockey, and they adapt quickly. And I think that if we start our structural camps, they will grow a lot. So I see a lot of talent. I see that they learn faster than the Japanese players did when I was there. They pick up things more easily. But we have the same problems, and we will have same ups and downs. But if I look at that, that's positive. If I see on the their ability to control to do something with the ball, it's bigger. So there are lots of positive outcomes, things we see, and the fact that they try to do it and because for me, if you try to do something, I'm happy. If you don't try to do it, I get angry and upset, and I can be very nasty. Because I
Oh,
think that if you don't try, you don't have the intention to become better. If you don't want to improve, why are you in a national team? Because you know that you cannot deliver. So
exactly.
trying makes Making mistakes is part of our life, and we learn through our mistakes. And
Okay.
so, fear for making mistakes should not be there.
Yeah.
But not doing it is unacceptable.
Yeah,
Unacceptable.
my producer is not accepting me to carry on this segment. I got to take a break here. So allow me to take a break. Siegfried Aikman is with me, the hockey team's head coach, और बड़े ही अपबीट हैं. 2026 तक का टेन्योर मिला है. अभी पॉजिटिव जो हुए चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी में वो भी इन्होंने गिनवाए, जो नेगेटिविटी है वो भी बताई. अब आके हम बात करेंगे कि इनका अगला प्लान क्या है और ये पाकिस्तान कब आएंगे आफ्टर दिस ब्रेक. Siegfried Aikman, the head coach of the Pakistan hockey team, is with me, and this is the last segment of Sports One. So, Sig, I'll ask you about your plans. When are you, first of all, tell me, when are you coming back to Pakistan to submit your report officially?
As soon as I get my working permit, because now Pakistan Hockey has to arrange the documents, because the Home Foreign Affairs or Home Affairs, I don't know, one of them has to approve that I will come to Pakistan. Then they have to send it to the embassy. Then I will apply for a working visa, and I hope I will get it soon. And as soon as I get it, I will come. I want to start camping in the second week of January, because I think players should recover now and be with family, come back, and then we start our preparations.
So, what will be the outline of that preparation? Will it be in Lahore or some other parts of Pakistan?
My idea is to start in Lahore, and if it depends on the weather, of course, and the circumstances. But I will be based in Lahore, so we will do lots in Lahore. But we will also camp in Karachi or in Islamabad. So I think it depends on where we have the best facilities and the best circumstances to practice at that time.
Okay.
I also want to bring.
Okay. Carry on. Bring.
I also plan to bring in foreign teams to Pakistan to play matches, and we will also go abroad to play matches.
Well,
and we will be abroad.
That's very important. Earlier, in the past, Pakistan, played a lot of games against the international sides. The international pack that you played against was of Asia only. So, do you think Pakistan is still behind? Of course, Pakistan is behind Netherlands, Germany, Belgium. These are the top teams. When is it in the pipeline to go there as well and invite them as well?
Yes, of course, but also Asian teams. Pakistan, with all due respect, we ended fourth at the Asian Champions Trophy. That's not good.
We were the
That's not top.
we were the joint champions earlier in the last edition.
Yeah, but yes. But I have been at the last edition. I came with Japan with a development team to that tournament. So the thing is that, and I can only speak about myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I talk about my. When I was there, I came with a development team because for me, the Olympics had a higher priority at that moment. And so I didn't bring my Olympic squad. I brought players who I wanted to test if they were able to play at the Olympics. And I think that happens many times. So important tournaments, those are the marks. World Cup, Olympic Games, those are the important tournaments in hockey.
Yeah.
Even the Pro League is just a test tournament. FIA would like it to be differently, but teams send their development squad. They change their teams continuously, and there's never. It's not a real contest. So I think that the Olympic Games, World Cups, those matters. That's where everything.
Champions Trophy as well. Champions Trophy is a heavy tournament. Amongst
it doesn't
the elites.
exist.
Yeah. Champions Trophy.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah. It does not exist right now, but Champions Trophy was also one of the elite tournaments.
It was a great tournament, and you could see this Asian Champions Trophy had a good level. the teams were up to the mark. It was very interesting to see the best of Asia playing each other. So what for me this was a formula which we should have more, and it would be so encouraging for hockey, better than the pro league.
How was
That's
the
my opinion.
how was the umpiring standard in this tournament? I have heard a lot. I've seen
Very
that
poor.
very poor.
Very
How was it poor?
well. Poor is that the decision making was not good. Uh, they were unable to identify the faults which really matters. They were inconsequent in using the rules. So I think there were inexperienced umpires who had to. They're probably not the best of their countries, and the umpires have to learn and to grow. And in that case, and it's not a problem that they were having problems. The problem is more that they, in my opinion, they should have an open mind to learn and to improve. And that's what we should have. And this tournament, there were many cars, many uh, teams were unhappy. Almost all the teams were unhappy, and that that tells something uh, of what is happening. And if you look at the clips, you see that they
Yeah,
missed
yeah,
many
yeah.
important moments,
So
and those things. And
did those mis- those mis-
again,
did those mistakes dearly cost Pakistan?
I don't think so. I think that those mistakes affects it. It doesn't help, but there was time enough to do it. So we never lost due to the umpiring.
Okay,
We lost because we were not disciplined enough. We lost because
okay,
we
okay,
made too
okay.
much errors. We lost because our goalkeeping was not up to the standard. So
Goalkeeping.
it is
I'm running.
technically
I'm running
this.
out. I'm running out of time. You have a goalkeeper assistant as well, goalkeeping coach Ahmad Alam with you.
Yeah,
But
yes, and
yet,
a very
yeah,
good
yeah,
goalkeeper
very good.
he was.
Ahmad is a former captain of Pakistan as well. So there is another
Yes,
goalkeeper who is serving Japan at the moment, Salman Akbar. Uh, i-
yes.
yeah, can he be bring in as well? I mean, good.
This is a difficult question. In principle, everyone who can contribute can be brought in. Of course, it depends on circumstances. It depends also on personalities, and things should be discussed. Uh, for me, everything is to debate. And as I was the head coach of Japan,
Yeah,
Salman was
yeah,
working for me.
yeah, exactly.
So I have friendship with Salman, but he should fit in the program with Pakistan wants to do, and he should also be committed and connected. And the question is if he will be enough or not, and etc. So I don't know because I need to talk to him. I need to talk to the federation about it. Firstly, I want to see what we have. I want to assess, and I want to see the people who are working, because I think it would be very rude and strange if I would judge people when I didn't even see them work. So in this Asian Champions Trophy, I noticed that our goalies lack lots of basic knowledge about modern goalkeeping,
Exactly.
and that's something we need to assess. So I need to talk to the goalkeepers, coaches. I need to talk to the people who are doing the work. What is it? What is Pakistan doing? How do they do it? And then we will assess if we need foreign assistance, and if so, who should be the foreign assistance? Because I also want to create the program for goalkeeper coaches. Again, I want to do it on two levels: national team and grassroots. I want a structural change, and therefore I need people who are committed to work in Pakistan and to live and to be there available for the academies, because in Pakistan the hockey is it starts at academies, at schools. So we need to create goalkeeper coaches on grassroots level who will try to improve the goalkeepers from young age, so that when they come in the national team they are fit to play.
Uh, do you
So
have
I don't want to talk about people or names, but I want to talk about structure.
Okay, you have ample time to discuss this with the federation. Have you seen the facilities in Pakistan, the infrastructure facilities, the grounds, the astroturf, and all? Do you have an idea about that?
My dear friend, I've been 3 days in Pakistan, and
Idea.
I've been only in Lahore. What I saw in Lahore was good, and I have an idea what's there. But and I think that the it is there. Of course, there are not enough turfs. There should be more, but that's something we need to deserve. Hockey declined. That means hockey has not is not a major priority, and I'm someone who wants to be victim. I want to be someone. I think if we want something, we need to earn it. If we want respect, you need to earn respect. How do you do it? By performing. If we have success, people want to be connected. People always want to be associated to success. Look at the cricket. Cricket was not the best always, but they grew. They become big because they performed. If
Yeah.
they don't perform longer time, we'll see it will go. And the same is with hockey. So if hockey wants to make the change, don't be a victim, but fight for it. Do it. Don't complain.
Yeah.
Look at it and create your own world. And then you will see that things will change.
Yeah. You sound. You
That's
sound.
my
You sound very upbeat. You sound very confident. Pakistan won the last World Cup in 1994. Pakistan won the last Olympic
I
Games in 1984. Pakistan won the last Asian
so
Games in 2010. So this is the
yes.
history. This is the recent history of Pakistan, and I am so pleased to have a word with you on this very subject, which is quite touchy to Pakistani people. And I wish you all the best, Aikman. Wish you all the best for the future endeavors, whatever you want to do for Pakistan hockey. Thank you very much for joining me. So ये थे सिगफ्राइड एकमन, और इनकी बातें आपने सुनी. इन्होंने शुरू किया था कि पाकिस्तान ने अच्छा नहीं खेला. पाकिस्तान की फ़िटनेस पे मैंने इनसे सवाल किया, वो उन पर भी ये सेटिस्फाइड नहीं है. इन्होंने कहा एब्सोल्युटली नॉट, जो कि बड़ा फेमस जुमला है आजकल. और उसके अलावा इन्होंने कहा कि डिफेंस हमारा वीक है, गोलकीपर हमारा वीक है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पे बात हुई, वो भी इतना अच्छा नहीं है. लेकिन ये कुछ करना चाहते हैं. 2026 के ओलंपिक्स की क्वालिफ़िकेशन इनकी ज़िम्मेदारी है. इन्होंने कहा कि फेडरेशन को प्लान दिया है. पाकिस्तान आने के हवाले से इनके कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट का मसला है, वो हल होगा. वो वीज़ा का जो लॉजिस्टिक का मसला होता है वो हल होगा. तो हम इनसे लाहौर में या कराची में या कहीं पर भी अगर मौका हुआ तो मिलेंगे और आपकी इनसे बात भी करवाएंगे. तो ये था सिगफ्राइड एकमन का पहला इंटरव्यू किसी भी पाकिस्तानी टीवी चैनल के लिए. आपने देखा, आपका शुक्रिया. मुझे इजाज़त दीजिए. खुदा हाफिज़.